Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Book Notification Podcast, your go to source for this week's new book releases. Today, we're looking at the week from October 13th to the 19th. There are over 500 new books this week, including Philippa Gregory and the writing debut of Reese Witherspoon, who teams with Harlan Coben for Gone Before Goodbye. Unfortunately, there is no way we can cover all the books coming out this week. Visit booknotification.com to explore the full list of this week's new books. You can also follow your favorite authors, so you'll be the first to know when their next book or adaptation is available. As always, we have 10 books to highlight with a little something for everybody. Let's get into it. From Katie Belli comes The Gallery Assistant, a twisty and sinister thriller that follows a New York art gallery assistant reckoning with her past and now trapped in a web of deceit after an up-and-coming painter is murdered. November 2001. Chloe Harlow wakes up late with hazy memories of the party the night before, but no recollection of how she got back to her Brooklyn apartment. Ever since the terrifying and catastrophic terrorist attack, it seems she has been on a collision course with destruction. When she finally arrives at the exclusive Upper East Side Art Gallery where she works, she is immediately called into her boss's office. A pair of NYPD detectives greet her, also very curious to know how her evening ended, because the host of the party, a rising painter and the gallery's newest artist, is dead. Navigating both the sophisticated high-stakes art world and her personal life in burgeoning Williamsburg, Chloe struggles to piece together a complete picture of that lost night. As she digs deeper, inconsistencies emerge between what she remembers and what people tell her actually happened, and more questions are raised. Everything begins to feel like a conspiracy, and maybe it is, because Chloe is the only one who glimpses the secrets the murdered artist left behind. And the closer she gets to the truth, the more deadly it becomes. The Gallery Assistant will release on October 14th. From Phoebe MacLeod comes a brand new, hilarious, uplifting romantic comedy, Happily Never After. She's looking for writing inspiration, but she may just find Mr. Right. Laura Spalding has life all worked out. A flourishing writing career, a lovely home, a cute dog, and a handsome boyfriend, Angus. Then, plot twist, Angus walks out, leaving Laura with sole charge of Meg the dog and a serious case of writer's block. With the deadline on her latest novel looming, Laura gives in to her agent's suggestion that she go on a writer's retreat. Perhaps 2 weeks in the south of France will help her find inspiration again. But when Laura arrives in the idyllic village of Saint-Ontine-Noble-Val, she's surprised to discover that the other guests are less than thrilled to have a published author in their mix. Only non-writer Finn is willing to give her the time of day, and they immediately become close. And, incredibly, Laura finds she can write again. Then a surprise arrival at the retreat throws everything off course, and Laura realizes that there's more to life than professional success. Should she risk everything to follow her heart? Find out in Happily Never After, which will come out on October 18th. The Surgeon is a brand new, page-turning crime thriller packed with shocking twists by John Nicholl. When an eminent surgeon is arrested for murder, he knows he didn't do it. He knows what it's like to feel a person die on his operating table, but he didn't inflict the wounds that ended the life of the girl they say he killed. So when the real perpetrator comes forward and he is released, he feels vindicated. What nobody knows, not the officer who arrested him, nor the influencer who petitioned for his freedom, nor the girl who escaped a killer years before, is that while he was incarcerated, he was making a plan. Because revenge is sweet, but murder is sweeter. The Surgeon will be released on October 19th. Return to Lovett Cove is the first in a new series, A Small Town, Opposite Attracts Romance, by Eliza Ellis. Jasmine Grove has one mission: sign the paperwork, sell her late mother's rundown B&B in the sleepy mountain beach town of Lovett Cove, and get back to her fast-paced life in Philadelphia. She's days away from the promotion of her dreams, and nothing, not leaky plumbing, not suspiciously charming locals, and certainly not the shirtless, rugged attorney handyman, can get in her way. After all, her mother taught her to be ruthless in business. That doesn't quite work with an inn. River Scott gave up the city life for a slower pace and a new start after a tough divorce. He owes Jasmine's mother everything and promised he'd help Lily's daughter see the magic of Lovett Cove. What he didn't expect was for sparks to fly between him and the uptight marketing exec who calls his peaceful town a death trap. And how can he believe he deserves a second chance at love? But when a medical emergency stops Jasmine in her tracks and forces her to reevaluate everything, will she walk away from love and legacy, or finally find what her heart's truly been missing? Return to Lovett Cove will release on October 13th. The D.S. Liam Killshaw series begins with The Lines by Matt Brolly. Once you cross the lines, there's no turning back. For D.S. Liam Killshaw, a former Marine who almost died on a mission gone wrong, returning to the sea was meant to help combat his PTSD. But when he's called out with the lifeboat crew off the rugged Cornish coast at night, the dark danger of the waves comes crashing back. The body of a young man is floating in the water, and the zip tie marks on his wrist show that this is no tragic drowning. It's murder. It's not the first suspicious death to shock the tight-knit community. The identical discovery of a young woman with connections to a county lines drug gang leads Killshaw to suspect that the killings must be linked. But as the brooding Cornish coast and whispered local rumors fold darkly around him, he starts to feel he can't trust the water or anyone in town. As the bodies keep coming in, he must confront a sinister gangland underworld, as well as his own demons, before tragedy strikes even closer to home. The Lines will release on October 15th. Scaredy Cat is a horror romance from AJ Merlin. There's nothing to be scared of. That's the brand that built her empire. As a horror blogger and content creator, she's made a name for herself by walking straight into haunted houses, cursed films, and urban legends, without a hint of fear. She doesn't believe in being scared, not until the message appears beneath her latest video. I can scare you, and when I do, you're mine. Now every haunted attraction feels too real. Shadows move where they shouldn't. Even her own home no longer feels safe. Her mysterious new follower isn't after attention. He wants her. And the worst part? Her audience loves him. They cheer him on, thinking it's all a performance. But this game isn't for show. It's real, it's dangerous, and it's far too tempting. When the video ends, one question remains. Is Scaredy Cat just her online persona or her last truth? Scaredy Cat will be released on October 17th. A Guardian and a Thief by Megha Majumdar is a finalist for the National Book Award and the Kirkus Prize. In the near future Kolkata, beset by flooding and famine, Ma, her 2-year-old daughter, and her elderly father are just days from leaving the collapsing city behind to join Ma's husband in Ann Arbor, Michigan. After procuring long-awaited visas from the consulate, they pack their bags for the flight to America. But in the morning, they awaken to discover that Ma's purse, containing their treasured immigration documents, has been stolen. Set over the course of 1 week, A Guardian and Thief tells 2 stories. The story of Ma's frantic search for the thief while keeping hunger at bay during a worsening food shortage, and the story of Boomba, the thief, whose desperation to care for his family drives him to commit a series of escalating crimes, whose consequences he cannot fathom. With stunning control and command, the author paints a kaleidoscopic portrait of two families, each operating from a place of ferocious love and undefeated hope, each discovering how far they will go to secure their children's future as they stave off encroaching catastrophe. A Guardian and a Thief will release on October 14th. USA Today best-selling author S.K. Gregory begins a new series with Sight Unseen, the first in the Call of Six series. It has been weeks since Eldon, the vampire prince, trapped Isadora in his mansion. She has been looking for the opportunity to escape. When she gets one, she runs for her life. Izzy has seen the future, a future that could be the end of everyone. Knowing that the only one powerful enough to go up against Eldon is Asher Sable, a werewolf alpha, Izzy tracks him down and begs for his help. If they work together, they might be able to stop Eldon and prevent a war between the two clans. But Eldon always seemed to be one step ahead. As Izzy tries to use her powers to gain the upper hand, she struggles with the vision she had of her and Asher in bed together. The future can't be changed, as far as she knows. But if she can prevent that from happening, then maybe they have a shot at stopping the war. Easier said than done when the hot werewolf proves he's worth sticking around for. Will Izzy give in to her feelings? With Eldon on the warpath, she might not live long enough to find out. Sight Unseen will release on October 15th. From Suzanne Goldring comes a heartbreaking World War II fiction novel, Her Husband's Return. London, 1940. When Frankie receives the telegram telling her that her husband Dickie is missing, presumed dead, she does not weep or crumble. Instead, she feels a freedom that she's not felt since her wedding day, the day her husband's eyes didn't light up when he saw her walk down the aisle. She wishes she could tell someone the truth about her marriage, but she is too ashamed to share the secrets hidden behind their black front door. Now she is free to live her life, even as the skies above London darken with enemy planes. She doesn't think about what will happen if Dickie returns. Present day. Charlotte is so happy to move into the tall London house with the black front door. She can't wait to raise a family in their forever home. Picturing a pram under the pear tree in the garden. But when she discovers a chest of drawers filled with unworn baby clothes and learns that the house was left to a daughter who cannot be traced, she knows she needs to find out more about the old lady who lived in the house before them. As Charlotte delves deeper into Frankie's life, she finds out that she was hiding a shocking wartime secret. Can an old friend of Frankie's help Charlotte solve the mystery that haunts her new home and lay the ghosts of its sad past to rest? Her Husband's Return will release on October 16th. Finally, from Quan we have The Unveiling. Stryker isn't entirely sure she should be on this luxury Antarctic cruise. A black film scout, her mission is to photograph potential locations for a big-budget movie about Ernest Shackleton's doomed expedition. Along the way, she finds private, if cautious, amusement in the behavior of both the native wildlife and the group of wealthy, mostly white tourists who have chosen to spend Christmas on the Weddell Sea. But when a kayaking excursion goes horribly wrong, Stryker and a group of survivors become stranded on a remote island along the Antarctic Peninsula, a desolate setting complete with boiling geothermal vents and vicious birds. Soon the hostile environment will show each survivor their true face, and as the polar ice thaws and the unseasonable warmth, the group's secrets, prejudices, and inner demons will also emerge, including revelations from Stryker's past that could irrevocably shatter her world. With her signature lyricism and humor, Quan offers neither comfort nor closure as she questions the limits of the human bonds that connect us to one another, affirming there are no such things as haunted places, only haunted people. Gripping, lucid, and imaginative. The Unveiling will release on October 14th. That's our 10 books for this week. Until next time, you can check out booknotification.com. Book Notification offers an easy way to track your reading lists, follow your favorite authors, and never miss a new release. Our website is completely free to use, and it's packed with features to make your reading life easier. You can follow your favorite authors and get notified whenever they release new books. We send out an email every Tuesday with a list of fresh releases from the authors you love, but that's not all. You can track your reading progress, mark books as read, rate and review them, and even import your data from Goodreads, Calibre, Libby, and more. Want to discover something new? Check out Reader's Roulette for book recommendations, or use our personalized book release calendar to stay up to date with the latest titles. You can even tag books with custom labels, just like on Goodreads shelves, and get tailored recommendations for what to read next based on your current book. Whether you're looking for books in publication or want to see them listed in chronological order, we've got it covered. Plus, all of our authors are audited by real people, so you know the information is accurate. So why not give it a try and join the thousands of readers already using our site to stay on top of their reading game. Thank you for listening, and I'll be back next week with another 10 books.